This is another CQ Blind Hams podcast.
Hello, this is Joel, W0CAS. I want to do a review, initial review, and a demo of the Radioddity GS5B. This is a dual band analog radio from Radioddity that I won from HamRadio 2.0. Jason had given 4 radios away for his 5th year anniversary on YouTube, and I was fortunate enough to win the Radioddity GS5B. It's, this dual band ruggedized analog radio, HT. So to start off with, the radio is really a good, hefty HT. It's a little bit thicker than, say, a GD77 or a 77S or a Baofeng. It's about the same height as a GD77S. It's just a little thicker. Has a 2000 milliamp hour battery, and I think the thickness may come from the extra rubber trim and gaskets around the battery. The battery, like I said, is a 2000 milliamp hour, and it's got a screw on the bottom of it that so when you put the battery in and you tighten the screw down, it seals the gasket and gives it water resistance. The battery also has a little rubber flap that covers up a micro USB port. So if you're out and about and you want to charge the battery and you don't have the charging base, you can plug it into a cigarette plug in a car with a micro USB to USB adapter, or plug it into one of the little battery banks that people carry around. So that's on the back. On the left side, as you face the radio, the top it's got a top button. It's got a dual PTT. It's got 2 PTT buttons, and it's got another rubber function button at the bottom. So the first function button at the top turns on a flashlight, and this flashlight is very bright, and it also has a if you push it again, it goes to red and blue and white flashing light, and you push it again, it turns the light off. If you hold the button in a long press, it'll actually turn an alarm on, and I think if you set the alarm to be transmitted, it could transmit the alarm through whatever channel you got programmed for that. We don't do that. But I have heard a lot of people over the air with Baofengs press that button. It does the same thing. Then, like I said, you have 2 PTT buttons. You have a PTT for the A side and the B side, and that's a dual watch PTT. So you can, whichever one you want to, if you want to transmit on A, you press the top one. If you want to transmit on the B or the lower side, you press the next one. And there's another button, rubber button at the bottom. It's a function button. It actually turns on the FM radio. And then you have so the front of the radio has 4 buttons across the top. The first button is the function menu button. The next one is the up arrow, or channel up, or menu up arrow, and the next one is the down arrow. Then the next button to the right, the far right, is the clear button. And then you have your normal 12-key keypad, and with your standard DTMF keypad. On the right side, you have a rubber plug that covers up the Kenwood style microphone, headphones, speaker mic jack, and that's the radio. The top has a on and off volume switch and a dual band antenna, and that's pretty much the radio. I mean, you would think it's similar to a Baofeng or any other dual band analog radio, and it is, except for the extra waterproofing or water resistance. I don't think it's waterproof, but it's water resistant. And by the way, it's got an orange, like a safety orange front face on it. The back is black. Doesn't really matter to people, that us, because it could be purple for all I care. But I just want to let everybody know that it is sort of aimed toward the MCOM, or emergency services. Or if you take it out in the woods, camping or hiking, you drop it. Somebody that has vision could probably find it easier because of the bright orange. But anyway, I'm going to turn it on and let you hear the few speech prompts that this radio has. Here we go.
Welcome. Channel mode.
Okay, it sounds a lot like the same language as a Baofeng, a BF8HP or a UV5R or one of the other Baofeng radios. Pretty much the same speech. It's got the, in channel mode, you can go up
2, 3, 4, 5,
or
4,
down.
3, 2.
Now you press the menu,
Menu.
and that's all it'll say. Then you go up and down. Nothing. The menu's wrapped, so that's not very helpful for us. But once the radio's programmed, it's a great radio. I mean, you know what channel you're on, and it also has a VFO. When you press and hold the menu key,
Frequency mode.
takes you to frequency mode, and then you just enter in the frequency you want.
1, 6, 2, 4, 0, 0.
Like if you want to go to the weather station, NOAA weather radio, it's great for that. Plus, like I said, it's got a great FM radio. You press and hold the bottom button on the left, or just press it.
On.
Turn it on.
Equal housing lender in MLS 132243.
COVID-19. Off.
It's got a very good speaker. And when I transmitted on a repeater, I was able to get into a repeater 30 miles away up on a mountain range across the valley from where I live. And had no problem getting into the repeater. I also hit the Knoxville repeater, and the guys in Knoxville told me that it had a very good audio quality to the radio. So this is a much better quality radio, I think, than a Baofeng. And the price would reflect that. It's $99.99 or $99.95 on Radioddity's website. A lot of times you can get a $10 discount from Radioddity to bring it down to $89.95, which is a good price for a good, hefty, water-resistant dual band analog radio. It's probably on the par of the Yaesu's low-end radio, and I'd say it's probably as good a radio. But that's the GS5B from Radioddity. And the programming software comes with it. You download it from Radioddity, and you can download it to operate with Windows 7, Windows 8.1, and Windows 10. Comes with a driver, and it comes with a programming cable to program it. And I asked Russ to look at the software for MLR, and he looked at it and says it appears to be pretty accessible. You just have to play with it and, learn the way the spreadsheet, it works like a spreadsheet. And then, across, you program a channel. There's 128 channels, and you can say program channel 1, you program the transmit frequency, then you get the CTCSS and the DCS tones, and then you got the receive frequency, and you can set the power level. You do all that from the software, and you can save it and write it to the radio, and it works very simple, and seems like all the buttons is accessible according to Russ using JAWS. That's about all I've got for this radio. It's a great radio, and I'd like to thank Radioddity for allowing Jason over at HamRadio 2.0 to give this radio away, and fortunate enough to be able to get it and review it for CQ Blind Hams. So stay tuned to CQ Blind Hams for more reviews, how-tos, and demos of radio and equipment and software for amateur radio operators as